The automotive world Toyota has just pulled the cover off the 2026 Mini Land Cruiser FJ, and this little beast is already rewriting what we thought a small SUV could be. Imagine a compact SUV with the soul of a full-sized Land Cruiser, built for adventure but sized perfectly for city streets. That's exactly what Toyota is delivering, and it's turning heads for all the right reasons. The design pays tribute to the iconic FJ4O, with boxy lines, short overhangs, and rugged proportions that scream off-road capability while still looking modern and stylish. Under the hood, Toyota is expected to offer a mix of powertrains, including a turbocharged four-cylinder and possibly even a hybrid option, making it not only tough but fuel-efficient for the daily grind. This SUV is built on Toyota's TNGA-F platform, the same bones that support the Land Cruiser 300 and the new Tacoma, so you know it's not just a toy, it's the real deal. Ground clearance, skid plates, and a proper four-wheel drive system are all here, proving this is more than just a pretty face. Inside, Toyota is going for a blend of practicality and tech, a rugged yet modern cabin with durable materials, easy-to-clean surfaces, and the latest infotainment system that includes wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Think of it as an SUV that can take you to the office during the week and the mountains on the weekend without breaking a sweat. Toyota has dropped hints that the 2026 Mini Land Cruiser FJ, affectionately dubbed the Baby Land Cruiser, will hit its global stage in early 2026, likely premiering at the Japan Mobility Show in October 2025. Fans are already imagining a compact icon that squeezes full-size Land Cruiser ruggedness into subcompact agility. And the specs don't disappoint. This mini marvel rides on a Trigan-true ladder-frame chassis, specifically Toyota's IMVO platform, the same rugged underpinnings behind the Hilux Champ and Fortuner, so it's built like a tank and tough enough to conquer rough terrains, with a footprint near 4.5 meters long, sandwiched between the Corolla Cross and RAV4. It's compact in city traffic, but heavy-duty when the pavement ends. Ground clearance around 210 millimeters ensures you won't hesitate on rocky trails. Under the hood, the powertrain lineup is classic Toyota reliability. Expect a 2.7-liter petrol four-cylinder, possibly the 161 horsepower unit from the Hilux Champ, and perhaps a 2.4-liter turbo diesel or even a hybrid later on in select regions. That 6-speed automatic paired with full-time for WD. Locking diffs optional. This thing is engineered to climb hills just as easily as it handles city traffic. Design is where retro meets modern adrenaline. Think squat, boxy styling with round LED headlights, flared fenders, plastic cladding, and a full-size spare slung on the back. Classic FJQs reimagined for the 21st century. Digital renders tease Toyota spelled out across a bold grille, floating LED taillights to widen its stance, and a muscular yet sleek front bumper with skid plate vibes. Let's talk pricing. In Japan, whispers suggest a starting point around 4.5 million yuan, roughly $27,000, $30,000. While North America might see a base near $35,000, top trims could climb to $45,000, a sweet spot between a Bronco Sport and RAV4 in functionality and price. Who will fall in love with this mini behemoth? Urban explorers craving weekend thrills, retro lovers chasing classic vibes, and off-roaders wanting Land Cruiser grit in a more manageable size. Think of it as an all-rounder. School runs or trail runs, daily commutes or adventure commutes, it adapts without missing a beat. Competitors, it's lining up squarely against the Suzuki Jimny, Jeep Wrangler, and Mitsubishi Pajero Mini, but with Toyota's legendary reliability and global support, it might just forge its own cult following. Now let's dig into the nuts and bolts. The 2026 Mini Land Cruiser FJ is expected to measure about 4.5 meters in length, 1.9 meters wide, and just under 1.8 meters tall, putting it right between a Corolla Cross and a RAV4. Wheelbase? Around 2.75 meters, short enough to stay agile on tight trails, but long enough to offer stability on the highway. Ground clearance of 210 millimeters means you can confidently tackle rocks, mud, and snow without scraping the belly. Approach and departure angles. Toyota hasn't released the exact numbers yet, but judging from the stubby overhangs, it's going to punch above its weight in true off-road geometry. Inside, expect a rugged yet modern layout, rubberized surfaces that are easy to clean after a muddy weekend, a 10.5-inch infotainment screen with Toyota's latest software, wireless Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto, and a fully digital instrument cluster on higher trims. Toyota's safety sense will be baked in adaptive cruise, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring because even hardcore off-roaders want peace of mind in daily driving. Cargo capacity. Rumors suggest a surprisingly roomy 450 liters with the seats up, expandable to over 1,000 liters when folded flat, making it a gear hauler as much as a trail crusher. Now let's talk trims. The base model is likely to start with rear-wheel drive, the 2.7-liter petrol, and a 6-speed manual option for purists. Step up one trim and you'll unlock full-time for WD, automatic transmission, skid plates, and off-road drive modes. The top-spec version? Think locking differentials, all-terrain tires straight from the factory, a panoramic sunroof, leather-trimmed durable seats, and maybe even a hybrid setup aimed at buyers who want power without guzzling fuel. How does it stack against rivals? Let's line it up. The Suzuki Jimny is smaller, lighter, and cheaper, but the Mini Land Cruiser FJ offers more power, more tech, and more interior space, meaning it's better suited for families or longer adventures. The Jeep Wrangler brings legendary off-road cred, but it's bulkier, less efficient, and pricier. The Toyota undercuts it on affordability while still offering real trail-busting ability. Even the Ford Bronco Sport enters the conversation, but it's built on a unibody crossover platform, while the Mini Land Cruiser FJ is body-on-frame tough, giving it true for buy for authenticity. And when it comes to price positioning, Toyota knows exactly what it's doing. Starting in the low $30,000 range means it's accessible, while loaded trims at $45,000 max out below the Wrangler and Land Cruiser Prado, leaving the Mini FJ in a sweet spot, affordable enough to tempt young adventurers, rugged enough to satisfy the Land Cruiser faithful, and versatile enough to poach sales from crossovers that look adventurous but don't back it up with hardware. Picture this: it's Friday evening. You've just clocked out of work, and instead of dreading the traffic home, you're excited because your 2026 Mini Land Cruiser FJ is loaded up and ready for the weekend. You slide into the cabin, Bluetooth connects instantly, and your favorite playlist kicks in. The city streets feel small beneath its confident stance, yet parking in tight spot is effortless thanks to its compact footprint and 360-degree camera system. Fast forward a few hours, you're at the trailhead. You pop the rear hatch, pull out the cooler and camping gear, and with the rear seats folded flat, you've got space for everything from tents to paddleboards. As you lock into for WD low and crawl up rocky terrain, the Mini FJ doesn't flinch, it just digs in, grips, and climbs. You're not worrying about ground clearance or approach angles, you're busy enjoying the view, or maybe your lifestyle leans more coastal. Imagine loading surfboards onto the roof rack, sandy towels in the back, and knowing the waterproof mats and rugged surfaces can handle every grain of beach life. After the waves, you head into town, doors and clothes still salty, and the Mini Land Cruiser still looks sharp parked in front of your favorite cafe. Rugged on the weekend, refined during the week, that's the magic of this SUV. For young families, the Mini FJ is equally appealing. School runs feel secure with Toyota's safety sense keeping watch, yet when Saturday comes, you can swap soccer cleats for hiking boots and hit the mountains. It's the SUV that grows with you, practical Monday to Friday, adventurous every other day. And let's not forget the solo explorers, the ones who crave freedom on two wheels, 2 feet, or for tires. The Mini Land Cruiser FJ is a ticket to remote fishing spots, hidden mountain passes, and those unpaved roads that ordinary crossovers just can't handle. With Toyota reliability, you know it'll get you there and back without question. This isn't just a car. It's a lifestyle machine designed for those who refuse to be boxed in by city limits. Whether you're carving through traffic, carving through dunes, or carving out new adventures, the Mini Land Cruiser FJ is built to do it all. Here's the thing: every once in a while, an SUV comes along that doesn't just fill a gap in the lineup, it carves out a legacy of its own. The original FJ4 did it in the 1960s, cementing itself as a global off-road legend. Decades later, the FJ Cruiser revived that spirit and built a cult following that's still alive today, with used models selling at crazy prices because people just don't want to let them go. And now, the 2026 Mini Land Cruiser FJ looks set to become the next chapter in that story. Why? Because it nails that rare formula: compact size, real off-road hardware, classic retro-inspired design, and modern-day tech that doesn't water down the authenticity. It's not trying to be just another crossover with plastic cladding, it's the real deal. When you see one on the road, it's instantly recognizable. That boxy stance, that rugged silhouette, those round headlights with Toyota stamped across the grille, it doesn't blend in. It stands out. And that's exactly what cult classics are made of. Think about it. In 10 years, people will be saying, man, I wish I had grabbed one of those baby Land Cruisers when they first came out. Just like today, when people regret not buying an FJ Cruiser before Toyota pulled the plug. The Mini FJ has all the DNA to become that car the one enthusiasts hunt down, modify, and treasure long after it leaves the showroom. It's got the personality, the capability, and the heritage to back it all up. And here's the kicker, it's arriving at the perfect time, with SUVs exploding in popularity worldwide, with overlanding and adventure culture booming, and with Toyota's reputation for building bulletproof off-roaders, the Mini Land Cruiser FJ could be the compact SUV of the decade. Collectible, absolutely iconic, almost guaranteed. Another reason the Mini Land Cruiser FJ is destined for cult status is the community it's going to build. Think about Jeep owners with their waves, or Bronco fans meeting up for trail runs. Toyota fans are already some of the most loyal on the planet. Now imagine giving them a smaller, more affordable Land Cruiser that still has all the heart and soul of the big one. Off-road meetups, overlanding expos, and weekend trail rides are about to get a flood of new faces driving Mini FJs, and that sense of belonging is going to supercharge its popularity. Then there's the customization factor. The FJ40 was iconic partly because owners made it their own roof racks, winches, snorkels, custom paint jobs. The FJ Cruiser followed that same path, with aftermarket parts turning it into a beastly adventure rig. The Mini FJ is primed for the same treatment. You can already picture the lifted builds with knobby tires, roof tents, LED light bars blazing into the night, and maybe even desert rally-style versions tearing through the dunes. Toyota knows this, too. They're likely to offer T or D parts, off-road packages, and dealer-installed accessories right from launch, giving owners a blank canvas to create their dream rig. And let's not forget the global stage. This isn't just a car for the US or Japan, it's going to hit markets worldwide. In Australia, it's a natural fit for outback adventurers. In Europe, it's small enough for tight cities yet tough enough for alpine trails. In Asia, it's rugged and affordable, perfect for markets where roads can be unpredictable. This global appeal means the Mini Land Cruiser FJ won't just be a niche car, it will be a worldwide phenomenon, a unifier for adventure lovers everywhere. Even in the collector world, this SUV has the makings of a classic. Cars that balance heritage, uniqueness, and usability tend to age the best. Just look at how Land Cruisers from the 70s and 80s are now selling for insane prices, or how the FJ Cruiser became more valuable after it was discontinued. The Mini FJ checks all those boxes. It's distinctive, functional, and tied to a legendary lineage. Fast forward 20 years, and people will be hunting pristine examples like treasure. And here's something even bigger: the Mini Land Cruiser FJ could spark a whole new wave of retro-modern off-roaders. If it succeeds, and it looks like it could push rivals to follow suit. Imagine Suzuki doubling down on the Jimny, or Ford cooking up an even smaller Bronco variant. The Mini FJ might not just carve its own cult following, it could set off an arms race for compact, capable, personality-packed for buy for sell. What makes the Mini Land Cruiser FJ even more fascinating is how it could reshape Toyota's future lineup. For decades, Toyota's off-road DNA has been built around big icons: the Land Cruiser 70, the Prado, the 300 series. But those are expensive, often out of reach for younger buyers. The Mini FJ flips the script. Suddenly, you've got a Land Cruiser badge accessible to a whole new generation, and that changes everything. It plants the seed of loyalty early. Get someone into a baby Land Cruiser in their 20s, and chances are they'll stay in the Toyota family for life, moving up to bigger rigs as their needs grow. It's also a gateway into Toyota's electrified off-road future. Toyota has already teased concepts like the compact cruiser, either fully electric, boxy little adventurer that looks like it was ripped straight out of a video game. The Mini FJ, though gas-powered at launch, is the perfect stepping stone. Built a strong fan base now, and when Toyota drops an electric version down the road, they'll already have an army of enthusiasts waiting. Imagine the same retro boxy body, but silent, instant torque from an electric motor rock crawling without a single engine sound, just the crunch of gravel under tires. That's the future, and the Mini FJ is the bridge to get us there on a bigger scale. This SUV could influence the entire industry. Right now, a lot of small SUVs are crossovers in disguise built for comfort, not capability. The Mini Land Cruiser FJ throws down a challenge. If Toyota can deliver a true ladder frame, off-road-ready compact SUV that still works in the city, why can't others? Rivals will be forced to respond. We could be on the edge of a new golden age of adventure vehicles, small, affordable, rugged machines that let anyone with a dream and a weekend off go explore. And let's talk about cultural impact. The Mini FJ isn't just a car, it's a symbol. A symbol of freedom for younger drivers who can't afford a $70,000 SUV. A symbol of nostalgia for older fans who remember the original FJs. A symbol of adaptability in a world where people want one car that can do it all: work, play, adventure, repeat. This SUV could become the icon of a generation, the same way the Wrangler defines Jeep, or the Defender defines Land Rover. Only this time, it's Toyota leading the charge into a new era. When you stack it all up, the heritage, the design, the capability, the lifestyle appeal, the future potential, the 2026 Mini Land Cruiser FJ might just be the most important Toyota of the decade. This isn't just a smaller Land Cruiser, it's the democratization of adventure. It's Toyota telling the world, you don't need to spend luxury money to own a true 4x4. You don't need a garage the size of a warehouse to park your dream off-roader. You don't need to choose between practicality and passion because, for the first time in a long time, you can have both. This SUV has the DNA to redefine what people expect from a compact 4x4. It's tough enough to play in the big leagues with Wrangler and Bronco, smart enough to win over crossover buyers tired of fakes, and affordable enough to hook the next generation of explorers. It's a spark that could ignite a whole movement, making rugged, authentic adventure vehicles mainstream again. And if Toyota follows through with hybrid and electric versions, the Mini FJ could stand at the center of a revolution, proof that off-road passion and future-proof technology can live in the same package. In a way, the Mini Land Cruiser FJ is more than a car, it's a time machine. It brings back the spirit of the old FJ40, injects it with modern tech, and delivers it in a form that fits today's world. It looks back, it looks forward, and it delivers right now, and that's why, when people look back on the 2020s, this might be the SUV they remember as the one that changed the game. What makes the 2026 Mini Land Cruiser FJ so groundbreaking isn't just its specs or its price tag, it's the fact that it represents a shift in what an SUV means to people. For decades, SUVs were split into two camps: the big, expensive, go-anywhere off-roaders and the smaller, city-friendly crossovers that looked tough but couldn't back it up. Toyota has just blurred that line. The Mini FJ says, why not have both? Why not have a compact SUV that can slide into a tight parking spot downtown, but also claw its way up a mountain trail? Why not build something that gives you freedom without compromise? Heritage plays a huge role here. Every time you glance at the Mini FJ, you're reminded of Toyota's off-road legacy, the dusty expeditions of the FJ40, the cult following of the FJ Cruiser, the global respect earned by the Land Cruiser badge itself. And yet, this isn't a retro gimmick. Toyota didn't just copy-paste an old design. They reimagined it for the modern age: sleek LED lights, bold yet minimal lines, a stance that says rugged without shouting. It's a respectful nod to the past, but it's also a confident step into the future. Now picture the ownership experience. You're not just buying an SUV, you're buying credibility. Park it next to a row of cookie-cutter crossovers, and the Mini Land Cruiser FJ instantly looks different, feels different, is different. It tells the world you're not just running errands, you're ready for an adventure at a moment's notice. It tells your friends you didn't settle for something soft, you chose something real. And that kind of pride in ownership is what makes vehicles iconic. Globally, the impact could be massive. In North America, it fills the gap between the RAV4 and the 4Runner, compact yet authentic. In Australia, it's the baby brother of the Prado, perfect for weekend warriors. In Europe, where narrow streets make big 4x4s impractical, it becomes the perfect urban adventurer. In developing markets, where ruggedness isn't optional but essential, it could become the go-to family car. This is a vehicle designed for every market, every lifestyle, every adventure, and the ripple effects won't stop at Toyota. Rival brands are watching. Suzuki's Jimny has had the small off-roader niche all to itself until now. Jeep, with the Wrangler, owns the lifestyle-driven off-road crowd until now. Even Ford, with the Bronco Sport, will be forced to reckon with the fact that Toyota is offering real body-on-frame toughness in a size and price bracket that the Bronco Sport can't match. The Mini FJ is more than a competitor, it's a disruptor. But here's the part that makes this SUV future-proof. It's not just about what it is today, but what it could become tomorrow. Toyota is the king of hybrids, and the logical next step is an electrified Mini FJ that combines torque-rich electric motors with trail-rated durability. Imagine a plug-in hybrid that lets you drive to work all week on electric power, then switch to gasoline and for WD for your weekend camping trip. Or a fully electric version with instant torque that crawls up boulders silently. The Mini FJ is a platform with unlimited potential, and Toyota knows it, and that's why enthusiasts, collectors, and everyday drivers are all buzzing. Because the Mini Land Cruiser FJ isn't just an SUV, it's the birth of a new chapter in Toyota's story. It's small enough for the city, strong enough for the wild, smart enough for the future, and cool enough to win your heart. Few vehicles can balance all that, and when one comes along, it doesn't just succeed, it becomes a legend. So here, we are the 2026 Toyota Mini Land Cruiser FJ, a compact SUV with big dreams, a machine that bridges the gap between heritage and future, a vehicle built to be just as comfortable on a crowded city street as it is on a trailhead far from civilization. It's not just another entry in Toyota's lineup, it's a statement that adventure belongs to everyone, not just those with deep pockets or oversized garages. This little Land Cruiser has all the ingredients of a modern legend: authentic design, real capability, global appeal, and a promise of electrified versions that could redefine what small off-roaders can do. It's the kind of vehicle you don't just drive, you live with it, grow with it, and make memories with it. And just like the FJ40 and the FJ Cruiser before it, the Mini FJ has every chance to become an icon that people will look back on and say, that was the one. Toyota hasn't just revealed a new SUV, they've reignited a movement toward adventure, toward individuality, toward driving something that isn't afraid to stand out in a sea of sameness. The Mini Land Cruiser FJ is proof that small doesn't mean soft, and affordable doesn't mean boring. It means capable, it means iconic, it means freedom. And that's why the 2026 Mini Land Cruiser FJ might just be the most exciting SUV of the decade.